Yo guys, Saber here. Welcome to today's video. There's less than 1 week left of the season, but the last 24 hours or so I've noticed that the meta is starting switching. So we have seen a lot of different decks this season, but I mean the last few weeks has maybe been a little bit different, a little bit stall. It's the same decks we're seeing, it's Witchers, it's some warrior decks, it's some Kelly, you know the drill. But yeah, again, like the last 24 hours or so, we have been starting to see more Precision Strike coming back, which hadn't been played like almost the entire season. And the new thing about it is that now we're playing Schirru. Now, obviously, that's not something new, but we haven't seen it for quite a while. So why is this suddenly making an impact? I think one of the main reasons is that a lot of decks are going white right now. Like almost all decks, like just play a bunch of units at the 4 to 5 strengths category. And Schirru is obviously very good against that. Furthermore, we have Double Toll Punish, we have Curse, we have Heat Waves, we can answer decks like Kelly pretty well. So pretty solid deck overall. And not to forget about Maxi. This card is a huge buff to the deck as well. Because obviously after losing Justice, you kind of felt like, oh, you didn't have these tempo plays, you didn't really get the thinning done. And while Maxi still isn't a tempo play, she does actually provide you with a lot of value because she's usually really good in decks where you have some bricks that you just never want to draw into. So if you're playing Blaze of Glory, you can put Morgvag at the bottom. If you're playing Precision Strike with Schirru, you can either put Schirru or a Sentinel at the bottom. Because obviously Sentinel should always be used with Leader, and Schirru should always be used with Council. It's very rare that I actually want to go for Schirru at 3. Maybe against something like Elves, you could consider going Schirru at 3, but in almost every other matchup, just go Schirru at 5. That's usually correct. So this is basically the list. We're also running Knickers, which is, I mean, you don't have to run Knickers, but the idea behind it is that the deck kind of struggles on blue, as we just talked about. No Justice anymore, so sometimes if you go on blue, the opponent starts to tempo abuse you. You kind of need some points. So Knickers kind of help for that. You can also use in combination with like, so usually I think your ideal run is like Pyro plus a Tempering and then a Bomb. Now after that you have actually played the Pyro plays for 6, the Tempering plays for 6 as well, and then the Bomb probably plays around 7. So that's like 6, 6, 7. You flip your lamp and maybe you get Knickers out. That's very hard to abuse. Quite often you actually want to try to see if you can force round one, so you actually continue contesting it. So quite often you can try to mulligan some of your gold cards because you just want to have some nice playable bronze cards that you can use to contest round 1. So yeah, let's try to jump into a few games with this. Okay, so we go up against Skeletal Movement, which is pretty interesting. It's not a deck that is played particularly much. So I think our control tools should do pretty well against the Sentients. So we have 2 bricks in hand right now. We try to mulligan the Sentinel first, and we get rid of the Knickers. Now we brick with another Sentinel. Breaking a Sentinel round 1 is not the end of the world, because it's very rare that I should go full leader round 1. Sometimes maybe with Schirru, but it's very rare. So even though it's a little bit annoying to have an unplayable card in hand, it's not the end of the world either. So he opens with Council. One cheeky thing we could consider doing here is to use making a bomb on it to move it front row, because that way we actually disable the engine. Obviously you got leader to move it back, but then he has to commit a leader charge, so I think we just do that first. If he moves it back, then our Madak will actually be ready to deal with it as well. So kind of a cheeky play here. That should be pretty annoying for him. We didn't find Oneiromancy, which is a card you always want to have in your own hand, but that's just a little bit unfortunate. Shit happens. So he decides to buff this. I think usually I would consider maybe using like a curse or something like that on it, but we can't really do much right now. So I think we just develop a pyro here maybe. Maybe set it up with tempering. Try to get some damage reach, maybe kill something with a rebuke. You don't have to win 1-1 with this deck, but if you don't, you might want to consider if you even want to keep your Gord. Because like sometimes they heatwave your Tiger and then your Gord will go through, then you're fine. But if they for some reason like they don't heatwave your Tiger, then your Gord is just gonna disappear. So this looks to be some sort of devotion version by the looks of it. That's the only reason why I would play this card, I think. So I think we just set this one up again. Try to keep our reach. I'm probably going to go Maxi next. I like... yeah, I think Maxi next is probably fine. Close for a lock here. Sure. Now we go Maxi. And let's see, we have some pretty decent draws here. We obviously don't want the Schirru, and the Nikas is probably gonna get thinned out. But the Sentinel is pretty low, and you're gonna see Gord before that. So it means that we will have to... We'll miss either Heatwave or Council by this way, and we need the Council for the Schirru, so... I think it's okay this hand, but... we're missing one good card, basically. Like, we could be greedy and try to reshuffle, but I think with Oneiromancy on top, I don't want to do it. I'll just take a screenshot when I use Maxi, because then you're just prepared. Like, you don't need to guess when you're taking mulligans later on. Drops Dunka. I think we might just have to pass here. It's going to be difficult to much deeper here. Nikas jumps out. Let's see, if he plays another card, he's basically taking the long round, which I don't think is in his interest. Like, obviously he's getting a bit more carrier from the Dunka, but I'd be very surprised if, yeah, I'm not sure that's correct from him, because the long round for me is quite nice. We can open with Tiger, and then we can just start killing everything, basically. So we're gonna see Oneiro first protect the Schirru here. And we mulligan away the Schirru, of course. Then we're gonna see a Curse. And we also kick the Sentinel. Now Gord is our next card. Actually, yeah, this is fine. So now we just drop the Pyro, I think, because we don't really have many. I mean, we could also go Oneiro here, to be honest. Honestly, Oneiro here might be better. See, the only argument not to do this is that we might see our Heatwave if we don't do it, but I think Oneiro here is probably fine. Get rid of something at the Rebuke for his Force Protector, maybe. And it also just improves our Gord by 1. Yes, I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take the Squirrel here. Could also get rid of this one, to be honest, but I think I'm just gonna get rid of the Rebuke. Now, since we still have Madak, we could consider bombing ourselves here. We should still find a bomb next round. I'm not super worried about that. And the reason we're doing this is that we're just developing Gord carryover, basically. So probably gonna see Gord next, and then another Sentinel. Yeah. Kick the Sentinel. See the D-bomb. So next card is either gonna be a bomb or another Sentinel, I think, because we use Maxi. So I think in this situation it's fine just to keep. We have a bomb, which is important. We have access to Council, and we knew from the beginning when we took the Maxi that we were gonna miss out on the heat wave. So I think this hand is pretty playable. I'd probably have liked another bomb instead of the Pyro, but I think we will have to do with this. He's probably gonna start Eithne himself. I'm wondering how we deal with that the best way. Because obviously I'm running Schirru, so I don't just want to use, like, just use my little charges to kill it. I think we just start this. Flipping the coin a little bit. Okay, I could honestly see myself cursing this. I don't have access to a Purify Bomb, so I think I just have to curse this. It's tempting also to use the charges to kill that to force him to go proactive, but okay, just does this, that's fine. There's also a line here who just takes the Schirru here and then just, like, ping it once, kill the twos. I'm not sure that's correct though. Maybe we just do something like this first. And then we could consider going for a Schirru on twos maybe still, but now we get another kill on it, depending on what he plays. Plays around it. Let's see. I might just ignore them, to be honest. Just keep on developing here. My immunity stuff. He'll probably keep. Maybe he'll go front row now. Not quite sure. This is a Schirru that's considerable, but I'm not sure if it's good. Actually, it's... So it would be a Schirru for 5, killing 3 units. I hope we can do better than that. I'm gonna try to delay it one more turn, maybe. But this Schirru stuff can be kind of a mind game. Cat Witcher? Okay, I think now we might just take it. Because now we have... I think this Schirru should be good enough to win. So we do this.
The only good human is a dead human.
Take this, and then we go... Don't, we could hit this as well twice, but then we don't thin. I think this Schirru is actually just good. And then I'm gonna... Could consider using another saving leader charge here. I don't think I need to activate them. Just trying to keep some reach to be able to deal with his guest when that comes down. Perhaps another cat witcher. Seems fine. So obviously we deal with that. Maybe I should also activate this. It's probably just worth it, to be honest. Curious to see if this is going to be enough. Skellige not going to play on much. But actually we need to be very careful of his Brehen here. I didn't quite consider that too much. So playing this first is maybe better. I'm wondering. Maybe it's fine. I think it's okay. And then the best way to play around Brehen is probably just to go for these now.
I'll give you this. You did good there.
Go for this. I think this makes some sense. Then we could drop the gourd back. Let's see.
I'll give you this. You did good.
Flip this again. Go for rebuke here. Then he's gonna move this front row, so I could activate this. Oh boy, it's not good. Maybe we lose to that. Drop gold front row here, he will move it back row than Brehen. So basically compared to this situation, he trade up 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Do we win one? Let's see.
Used to chop wood, but the pay's better for souls.
I think we might just win. I guess you can move another card back for as well.
Go ahead, move around all you want. It'll hurt more.
Is that gonna be enough? Oh wow, win by 2 points. Phew, that was close. Yeah, this was the case of the opponent who didn't really play too much around the Schirru, but also the Schirru just showing how strong it can be, dealing with four 5s and dealing with 2 engines as well. Let's play another one. Against Imposter. I think usually Nilfgaard is a pretty fine matchup. His abilities shouldn't really do anything. We get an okay hand. Of the break. Not the strongest. I think I might kick this as well. Obviously, it kind of. Maybe just keep it. Like we have so many bricks left. Like with both Maddock and Nilfgaard, it's kind of dangerous. Maybe just keep this. Obviously, this is the hand that kind of just stays interactive. Probably just play the Purifying Bomb here, to be honest. This is not. Let's see. He'll probably row stack front row. As soon as something goes somewhat tall, we can just move it back row with a bomb and then kill it together with this. It's not that bad. Also, an argument to go Tiger that turn, to be honest. Just goes for Logrant. That's fine. Just have to stay in reach at all times, to be honest. Probably just start playing these now. Pretty slow plays, of course. But they're not gonna get any better as the round progresses. And I think generally a rule of thumb is Forest Protector is completely fine to keep us around its reach. Kind of consider Forest Protector as Soul Justice. Usually plays around 12 points. So we just drop another one of these shitty bombs. Nika's coming down, which is kind of nice. Means that we probably don't need to go Forest Protector, at least not right now. Okay, starts committing a bit here. Well, dealing some damage to the Nikas. We can just go tempering on it. For the time being, we might have to go Forest Protector here if it passes, but goes Vincent. Sure. So now we just go Rebuke. Still have all the reach we need. He starts committing good cards here. So if I go Cruciate plays for 8 plus 1, so it's 9 points, we go to 13. And then we have a 12, so we are just ahead by 1, I believe. So I think I might just go Curse here. Because Forest Protector into Rebuke is 12 point on reach in the Brathens, so we're fine. But he just keeps going here. Finds a dead Vanhammer. Not what you want to see. Oh wait, it wasn't dead. Never mind. So now we have to decide again. Do I want to pass here or do I want to... So Forest Protector plays for 12, we go to 17. Maybe we drop Gord first. Drop Gord gets us to 15 and then plus 12 we're still ahead. And again, Gord is not going to do anything for us last round, so might as well just play it here. Okay, so that means that we can indeed take it with the Forest Protector. So we got our last say. It was really expensive, but now we can stay completely no unit for entire round 3, assuming we draw somewhat decent. Obviously we want Council, Dragon, Heatwave, and our bombs. We don't want Sentinels. Okay, get rid of you. That's really nice, of course. So far so good. Now we just need to find either Council or Dragon, and then I think that would be okay. But obviously, if we can find the bomb as well, that would be nice. And then we don't want to break our Sentinels. Okay, all these cards are pretty worthless. This is a getting really unlucky here. Drawing Trouble Brick. Not sure if this hand is good enough anymore. I don't think we care about heat waving that. I'll just develop my Tiger here. Like, I might do it, but there's no rush to it right away, at least. Because he's just going to drop a bunch of 4s from it, and he's not really going to kill anything. And these 4s will just be value for my Schirru, basically. Maybe it's still good to do it, because we deny some procs on these cats. Let's just debump this first. They might lock it with a Phenomenal Hunter. Let's do that.
History shall remember the arm.
Okay. So that's fine. If I drop this, it's just gonna get locked again. Do I benefit from that? Not really, but I don't really like. It doesn't really cost me anything either. A little bit, maybe. Kind of want to Schirru at 4 here in this situation. This card is gonna go tall, right? This is already an 8 at least. Maybe I'm supposed to heatwave that. Not entirely sure if this is correct. But I just don't think that the value he's getting from his scenario is really worth anything. That's the idea, at least. But yeah, like having these bricks in hand instead of having dragon on another bomb is really painful. Drops his other luck here. So I might just discard now. It's just giving him more leader value for play cards. I guess I could play Sentinel here. Just set up another unit at 4. That shouldn't give him any better leader value. And if he leaders that, I mean, it's just a 4 himself, so it's not too bad. Goes for crew here. Interesting. Just discard the maxi. We have to rely on this the Schirru just wiping the board more or less. If he has Usurper, I think he might just lose. If he doesn't have Usurper, he might just win, because he doesn't have any proactive points himself. If he activates here, he's actually just denying his own leader ability, so he has to Usurper. Which is not good. Not good. And I'm afraid we just won't have the points to beat that. Let's see what his last card is here. He should go leader first, although it doesn't really matter since we're shearing at 4 anyway. Roderick into Invo. So that was actually not really a play from him, but I think we're still just going to be short here, I'm afraid. Let's see. So do this.
The only good human is a dead human.
Then we have to ping the Schirru once, of course. And now we are probably better off not getting the thin and then double hitting this. And then how much do we lose by? Lose by 3 points, so... Not getting the dragon, not finding the moon dust, having to discard instead just cost us in the end. Feels bad. Here we go. Okay, we go up against Blaze of Glory. We go on Red Coin, which is not too bad. I think, hopefully we find a hand that's very playable here. Get rid of the Schirru, of course. Get rid of the Madoc. Okay. Hand kind of works. It's kind of too strong here. No access to Forest Protector. And we have like quite a few cards we don't want to play, but it might be okay. Just answer that probably with the T-Bomb here. This card means he's running Yalma as well. Just a nice setup for that card. It's going Maxi. It's fine. Grab the Pyro here.
What is it?
So, I mean, that's fine. Let me just do this. And... guess we just do this. Seems good. We're actually ahead because of that. I didn't really care too much about getting ahead, which is why I didn't activate this, but... I mean, this is just nice, I think. Oh, wow. Forfeited. Go up against Ursine. Probably Warriors. I think if we can get into a long run 3 with last save, we should be super fine. Having a few bricks in hand here. Get rid of the Madoc. There's a Sentinel. And it's a hand that can go pretty deep, I think, which is very nice. We only really have one card when we're playing this hand. And all these cards should play for decent value this round. No Troll Punish would have been nice for his Crystal Skull. But I might just Oniro into it, to be honest. Starts with a ship. Yeah, I think it just makes so much sense just to take a curse on that. Curse is not going to be a good card in this matchup anyway. Just dealing with that right away seems super appealing. And now we could even trying to threaten to win an even if we want to. We don't have to, but we might. Goes for that. We probably just debomb it. Then we're already ahead. So we're just not again. I don't think we need to win an even, but obviously it's if we can, then sure it's fine. Like if we do it before 7, we probably just have to drive past anyway, so it's not a big deal. Could rebuke it. I think rebuking it is probably fine. Nika's coming down a little bit early here, to be honest. Just giving him stuff to touch. Okay. So we can kill this by this combination. It's pretty cute. So right now we are basically up by Madoc, which is still only 3 points. It's obviously not a lot. But it might just be difficult for him to get ahead of this in a good way. Goes for Ceres. That is obviously a ton of points. I'll probably just will get him out, to be honest. So we have a few different options here. We could just pass. I mean, I don't think we have a pass, but we could just like play like a maxi here. We could also drop like a tempering. Maxi gives him the Turk, but maybe just go maxi here. So not the best draws here. I think we just shuffle the Schirru shield to the bottom again. Should be a solid play here. We have reach with the Forest Protector. Although it is a little expensive just to do these amount of points. Now it's better, I think. Because if I drop Squirrel here, then go to 11. So now it's just better. Like now it's a bigger, more points we have to do with our reach. So, but like you could even make an argument that it's correct not to get rid of the Blood Eagle. But if we don't get last say, then it's still really nice to deny it. Yeah, and Forest Protector is playing for 11 right now, so we could just do this. Seems fine to me. Also killed the Raider. Might have been a better decision, to be honest. So now it's 12 points, so now we kind of have to pass. And we don't really have a catch-up after that. So let's take the pass here. See how that plays out. We have an Iroh top deck. We need to find a Pyro for the dry pass, probably. Do I have to mulligan for it? I think I do. I think I try to shuffle here. So I have to go... this is not good. Now I have to go Pyromancy into it. Hopefully we're not going to miss the council now. That would be really, really bad. And we also have 2 bricks we don't want to draw into, so this could easily go very wrong. No. 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 Okay. This hand is nice. This hand works. Would rather not have had the golden hand, but that's like a very minor thing. Rebuke would have been better, but we found what we needed here. Hopefully we can get a win from this. We obviously just start with Saber here. And he's devotion, so there's nothing you can do about it. And yeah, I think we just deal with one of them. Might as well. If it drops the dragon, he can of course blue boy it, which is right nice to have Matic on the board when we do that. This is where having this bomb would have been really, really good. Enabling both rows, basically. I don't think he's going to play anything taller than that, so I'm just going to heatwave it. And it's very likely that I'm just going to Schirru at something like 5s here. So if he goes Herald, I could consider going for like a Schirru soon after, I think. It would be completely unreasonable for him to do that soon. Because it doesn't want a turkey, it doesn't want a Morkvark. Basically anything that damages this is not good. Because I just get the points back. I think we go Forest Protector here. Could also win for the dragon first. But I think this is okay. That's the Turk. Go dragon here. That's the blue one. Please don't hit my dragon. That's fine, that's fine. Hit it, please hit that again. Nice. It's only getting a single hit on the dragon. So Schirru at 5 is starting to look kind of appealing now. I guess that kinda ruins it a little bit as well. Maybe we just deal with this, and this is basically a 4 anyway. Okay. So now 5. Does that work? So we go. Could go for this first, to be honest. Then he goes Morkvark, and then we just get a little bit more value. That's the idea, at least. Will not be the greatest Schirru, but it should be okay. Okay, goes for the Morkvark now. So now we can go for Schirru. So ping this, of course. And then if we hit this, that basically means that we won't be able to thin our sentinels. So we're losing 4 points, but we're gaining 5 points more on the Schirru, so I think it's just worth it.
They cannot see us.
And we hit this, and then we burned. I think we win here. Don't think he has a 16-point finisher. Can't really think of anything. Just a Bear Witcher, nice. I think you should pick Bear Witcher first, but that was really good, to be honest. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. As you can see, Precision Strike with Schirru is actually pretty strong right now. And if you're queuing to a lot of these decks, especially Skellige, and that a lot of these units going around 4 or 5 strength, then I think this deck will do really well for you. See you in the next one.